At first glance, parsley and cilantro look almost identical. They're both leafy, green, and often chopped finely before being sprinkled over food as a finishing touch. In grocery stores, they're sometimes placed side by side, and more than a few people have accidentally grabbed the wrong one. But despite their similar appearance, parsley and cilantro couldn't be more different in flavor, aroma, cultural significance, and even how our brains react to them. Today, we're going to break down what really separates parsley versus cilantro, why people are so divided about them, and how two nearly identical herbs ended up living such different culinary lives. Let's get into it, right here on History of Simple Things. Parsley and cilantro are actually relatives. Both belong to the same plant family, Apiaceae, which also includes carrots, celery, and dill. This explains why their leaves have a somewhat similar shape, and why beginners often mix them up. But here's the first major difference. Cilantro is the leafy part of the coriander plant, while parsley is its own plant altogether. Cilantro and coriander come from the same species, Coriandrum sativum. The leaves are called cilantro, while the dried seeds are known as coriander. Parsley, on the other hand, comes from Petroselinum crispum and never turns into coriander at any stage. Botanically close, yes, but functionally very different. Flavor is where parsley and cilantro truly part ways. Parsley has a clean, mild, slightly grassy taste. It doesn't overpower dishes and often works quietly in the background. Many people describe parsley as fresh rather than flavorful, and that's actually its strength. It brightens food without stealing attention. Cilantro, however, is bold and unmistakable. Its flavor is citrusy, peppery, and almost electric. For some people, it tastes refreshing and vibrant. For others, it tastes like soap. And that reaction isn't just imagination, it's genetic. Certain people have a variation in a smell receptor gene that makes cilantro's natural aldehydes taste unpleasant. Parsley rarely triggers that kind of strong reaction, making it far more universally accepted. Cilantro is one of the most polarizing herbs in the world. You either love it or you absolutely can't stand it. Scientists discovered that some people are genetically wired to perceive cilantro's aroma compounds as similar to soap or detergent. These compounds are also found in soaps and cleaning products, which explains the reaction. Parsley doesn't contain these compounds in the same way, so it doesn't provoke the same response. This genetic quirk has shaped entire cuisines and personal food preferences. In some households, cilantro is essential. In others, it's completely banned from the kitchen. Parsley plays a quiet but important role in European and Middle Eastern cooking. It's commonly used in dishes like tabbouleh, chimichurri, and Italian sauces. In these cuisines, parsley is often more than a garnish. It's a structural ingredient that adds balance and freshness. Cilantro, meanwhile, dominates in Latin American, South Asian, Southeast Asian, and Middle Eastern cuisines. It's not just an accent, it's a core flavor. From tacos and salsas to curries and soups, cilantro often defines the dish itself. Removing it can completely change the flavor profile. Parsley is famously labeled as just a garnish, but that reputation is somewhat unfair. While it is frequently sprinkled on top of dishes for color, parsley also plays a functional role. It adds freshness, balances heavy flavors, and even cleans the palate between bites. Cilantro is rarely treated as just decoration. When it's added, it's meant to be tasted. It blends into sauces, marinades, and dips, contributing both aroma and complexity. This difference in usage reflects their flavor intensity. Parsley supports, cilantro leads. Parsley itself has varieties, and this adds another layer of confusion. Curly parsley is the one most people recognize. It's tightly curled and often used for decoration. Flat-leaf parsley, also known as Italian parsley, has a stronger flavor and is preferred by chefs. Cilantro only has one main leaf form, though its leaves can look flatter or more delicate depending on maturity. This consistency makes cilantro easier to identify once you know what to look for, especially when compared to curly parsley. Heat treats these herbs very differently. Parsley can handle some cooking. It's often added to soups, sauces, and stews toward the end to preserve its freshness while still integrating into the dish. Cilantro is much more sensitive. Heat quickly destroys its flavor, turning it dull or even bitter. That's why cilantro is usually added at the very end of cooking or sprinkled on just before serving. Cook it too long, and its signature taste disappears. Both parsley and cilantro are nutritional powerhouses, especially considering how little we usually eat at a time. Parsley is rich in vitamin K, vitamin C, and antioxidants. It has long been associated with digestive health and fresh breath, hence its traditional use as a palate cleanser. Cilantro also contains antioxidants and is often linked to detox claims, particularly regarding heavy metals. While some of these claims are exaggerated, cilantro does offer real nutritional benefits, including vitamins A and C. Neither herb is nutritionally better, but they serve slightly different roles in traditional medicine and folk remedies. So, parsley and cilantro may look alike, but they live very different lives in the kitchen. Parsley is subtle, supportive, and universally accepted. Cilantro is bold, divisive, and unforgettable. One quietly enhances, the other demands attention. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.